It's Warped Rationale with Ben and Eric. I'm Ben.
What's up? It's Eric.
All right, so we had kind of touched on this one for a minute before we decided that we should try to record it. but Eric had said, what if life is like you can only learn a certain number of skills? So then I asked him, okay, what if the decisions you make, like the thing you want to be when you're 5 years old, you have to stick with that.
Yeah, you have to be that.
So whatever you decide to be. So if you say, I want to be a firefighter. Oh, that's very good, Joshua. You're going to be a firefighter and save people.
Right.
I want to be a doctor. Oh, that's fantastic, Ellen. You're going to save people's hearts.
Okay, but hold on.
I want to be a pony. Get the fuck out. Like that. Go ahead.
Okay, but hold on. This is the question I was going to ask you before we started recording this.
Yeah.
So let's say a kid does wish to be a pony, for example.
Uh-huh.
Do they get to be a pony?
No.
Okay.
That's fucking impossible.
And that just takes up their choice.
That's it. They blew their choice. They don't get in this evil space genie world that we've got going here.
Right.
You only get one shot at saying what it is you want to be, and if you pick something stupid, then
you're just out the door.
You default to homeless, stupid person who probably died before they turned 6.
Oh man.
The only thing that you've got going for you is if you manage to have like the one crazy kid who's like, I want to be a good parent. Like, okay, they will save your skinny ass and you'll live to the time you would die of natural causes. But if everybody's like, I want to be a jet plane. Do you mean you want to work on jet planes? No, I want to fly. Get this fucker out of my office.
Get him out.
Just that's it. It's
just
over.
Get him
it's
out.
Done.
This is a okay, so what has to happen now is when your kid turns 5, the government calls you and they're like, hey, your kid just turned 5. You know what that means?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, crap.
Oh, it's like the fucking Hunger Games, man.
Yeah,
people are crying.
Exactly.
Because if you haven't raised your kid to be ready for this, you're just like, he's dead. He's dead. He's gonna go in there and he's gonna say he wants to be a Ninja Turtle. He's fucking done. What are we thinking, Candace? What have we done with our time with our kid?
So can the parents just not take the kid back and still raise it? And it's just going to be like a jobless, no skills, no talent?
I don't think that they're really, like, that's an interesting way of looking at it. I don't think they go to the government. I think after you turn 5...
You just whatever comes out of your mouth.
The next thing you say, I want to be when you grow up...
I want to be a blank when I grow up.
The idea that I've got here is that, you hit 5 years old, and then the next thing you say you want to be, you had better be sure. And your parents will be like, don't say anything. You don't say anything.
Just be quiet.
Just keep your options open. But one day,
keep your options open.
Fucking day, like you're 16 years old, you've never said what you want to be. People are like, what are you going to college for? Which nobody would say because there's no college anymore. You just turn into the thing.
Yeah, you just are the thing.
I think that's the way it would work.
I think that's the way it is, yeah.
But you turn 16 years like, I wish I was dead.
Oh
no. So you're better off declaring something before you get hormones that make you just stupid and irrational.
Right.
But you had said, what were you going to be when you grew up?
I'd be a Power Ranger.
See, that's a dead guy.
I'd be dead, yeah.
I don't think that the way that I've imagined this system, there is no like margin of error where it's like, well, you could be a powerful ranger in the army.
No, there's no margin for error. This is a cutthroat world.
It's absolutely built on intent. You meant that you wanted to be a super-powered teenager who fights for Zordon.
Right.
And Zordon doesn't exist, so you're gonna die homeless.
So you're done.
You're doomed.
Oh man, this is a harsh world. See, but like where I was going with it was, eventually, you would have way too many people being in the homeless death category.
Yeah.
And like the government would have to step in, and start making phone calls because This would be bad, man.
Well, and that was kind of what when we were talking about it before we got on the air. It's like, okay, little Johnny said that he wants to grow up to be broccoli so he can gross out his sister, and that's where you. And that's where you get the guy that I'm playing who is just screaming like I've been doing this job for 10 years. You know how many kids I've seen come in here and say they want to be doctors? How many say they want to be lawyers? Have you ever heard of a kid say that he wants to handle shipping? We're not going to make it.
We're never going to make it, man.
And then you come in here and you tell me that you want to be a fighter jet. You're wasting my air. You know? Like that, it's a kind-hearted person who he got in before, he got in before this change happened.
Before this happened.
Yeah, so it's like he just grew up and got to pick what he wanted to be, like a normal person.
Yeah, here's your new job, buddy. You have to talk to these 5-year-olds, and for the love of God, steer them in the right direction.
That's okay. I love kids.
Each day he comes to work, he gets a print off of like what the new statistics are on what the world needs.
I guarantee you, he's got a folder full of sheets of paper with little pictures clipped on. He's just like, he's fucked. He's fucked. She looks like she might make a good choice. This kid's screwed. And look at this cross-eyed freak.
But it's like you are like, I don't know. I think we could do a whole series on just that guy's job.
I think that he would make for a really good thing.
Send in Billy, please. God damn this day.
Hey, mister.
Well, okay, listen.
I'm going to talk to you like an adult right now, okay, Billy?
He's had it.
I got to tell you.
No more kid talk.
You're the 8th kid I've seen today. Billy, you're the 8th kid I've seen today, okay? It's still early. We can save this day. Do you like that idea, Billy? Yeah, I love that idea. Well, why don't you decide to be somebody who can save people and maybe I'll be a superhero? Fuck!
No!
God damn it!
You can't!
You gotta let me finish my sentence! Shit! Get out of here. Get your little ass out of here.
Just be right.
You better hope that superheroes like fucking Black Widow count, and you can be some kind of special CIA spy, because if not, you're fucking dead, Billy. You're so dead.
Your parents better shake that magic 8-ball real
Next!
hard.
What do you want to be, sweetheart? I want to be a princess.
And then it's like he gets real surprised one day. It's like, oh God, okay, look, send in just send in the next one. I don't know. Come in, he's like, let me guess. Tyrannosaurus Rex, superhero, megastar. I want to be a doctor. What'd you
really?
What? That is great.
But then the door opens and 3 dudes in lab coats come in laughing and say, She picked dinosaur the other day. We're just fucking with you.
That's what you do in your break?
We were so close.
We had it.
We had this. Oh boy. Yeah, it would be rough, man. There would be because some kid's gonna say lawyer. Like, my daddy's a lawyer and I want to be one too. Okay, that's great.
Well, see, and back in the day, if realistically, when I was that young, my dad was a mover. Yeah. He would work for a moving company and move people's stuff. Like, you could pay to move, and they would move furniture for companies and everything. So I would have said a mover. It'd have been a crappy life, but guess what? I wouldn't have at least I wouldn't be in the pits fighting for a sandwich. I'd have a job.
That's assuming that you would have thought to say something like that.
That's true.
And that's just too. We got to talk about dreams, Eric. We got to talk about what people want.
This is not.
My God! I don't even remember what I wanted to be when I was 5.
I don't either, honestly.
I'm not sure what the hell it would have been.
I genuinely would have probably said Ninja Turtle or Power Ranger. I would be such a waste.
Oh yeah, it would be over.
That dude would hate me.
Said something good.
I'd be like the 30th kid that day who fucked it up, and he'd just be like, "Oh my God!"
Just imagine when he hit the gray area and you come in and you're like, I want to be a journalism major. You should have just said a fucking homeless guy. You wasted it. You were so close to doing something right.
You almost had it.
You almost did anything good, and you blew it. I want to be a philosopher. What the fuck do you think that is? You know they walk around with the claws? That's a velociraptor, you shit.
You stupid. File this one under velociraptor bullshit.
So now you're a philosopher. You would have been happier being homeless.
Just fucking Sparta kicks the kid out of the room. Get the fuck out of here.
Do you think they just set up an incinerator?
No.
Just throw him out.
No, that would just be a homeless pit.
We would. What if
they would size you for homeless clothes real quick?
What do you do though? What do you do? Here's okay. Now we found another what if here.
Okay.
You're that guy, and some kid comes in. He looks you right in the eye and says, "I want to be a villain." Oh, okay. That's a real thing that exists, and it's bad. And what kind of villain? You know, like the kind that kill people and steals money. Okay. So we're in kind of a Minority Report thought crimes kind of world where it's like he can only grow up to be one thing.
Right, yeah. He's only going to be that thing. You just shoot him.
Just shoot him?
Yeah, just shoot him.
It's a good thing we built that incinerator.
Yeah. Yeah. We built it. It doesn't get much use.
It doesn't get a lot of use. But
when that one kid comes in and it's just like, I want to kill people for a living, it's sometimes, like, all right.
Sometimes little Charlie Finnegan comes in and you just got to shut him down, you know?
That's actually a good system for that, truthfully, if a kid's honest.
Yeah, well, I like to imagine that in a world where a kid comes in and says they want to be a doctor or a construction worker or something even marginally useful, he's too shell-shocked to be nice. He just sits back, eyes wide open. Very good.
Okay.
You may go.
Yeah, we'll see you later.
Bring in the next one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, absolutely not sure.
If you're that dude's secretary, your life is full of ups and downs.
Oh, mostly downs, though. It's just mostly sad.
And each and every day you wonder if he's going to kill himself or not.
He won't.
Because you're like, man, he was so upset today. We had no successes.
I absolutely tell you he won't kill himself. And you know why?
Why?
Because no kid on the face of the earth is going to be, I want to be the guy who tries to talk kids into making a smart decision when they're 5. He's got to be the very last one.
Right.
So there's no way that the good work can continue. And I think the whole point of the thing would just be that they would have somewhere to funnel the kids to be like, look, this is serious. Please don't go outside and wish to be a lawnmower. It's not going to help out.
It doesn't real.
Work. And we have to stress for anybody who wasn't paying attention, when you pick something that can't happen, you just end up nothing.
Yeah.
And
you're never going to be nothing.
But you don't get to go and do whatever you want.
You
can't be like, I want to be anything I want.
That doesn't work that way.
Yeah. That doesn't count. Pick something
too bad.
You're fucked.
Look, we've done a lot of experimenting on how this works, and you're coming in here shitting all over it. Did your parents not give you the reading is fun books?
Look.
The government issues.
We have a system. You think we haven't thought of that? You think we didn't think to try?
You think we're just over here fucking around?
He's just up on the desk, just screaming at this kid. You think we didn't think to say we want to be anything we want to be?
Right. You think the system didn't, think about you saying you want to be a superhero?
You think we didn't think about that? We had kids try.
We had people
try.
And it broke.
It didn't work. They're dead.
Just new levels of anger from this man.
Oh my God. He said, podcaster, shoot him. Enthusiasm is genuine.
We do that a lot. So okay. So you know the sound in Zelda.
Yeah.
Where when you open a chest.
Yeah.
And it does the
I'll put a clip of it in.
Okay. And then of course when you find the object, you have the thing. Okay. So yeah, the
All right. right.
What if every time you opened anything physically...
This is hell.
In life, it was slow like that. You had the big blasting shine coming out. And then when you chose whatever you chose out of there, you put in an ad.
Well, but the way you had described it basically to me was anytime you open up anything.
Anything.
Does this include doors and stuff or just packages?
This is doors.
Okay.
This is like jars. So if you take the lid off a jar to get some pickles or something. Yeah, anything that opens.
Okay, yeah, well that was basically the way you had described it. Anytime you open up anything, it's an item get.
It's an item get,
from like Zelda, or the one that I had thought of immediately was Super Metroid. Like, because every time you go and get one of those missile upgrades, and you're sitting in one of those big bird statues' hands, just like, stop it! I know that this is important. I just want to take my missiles. And you play that game, you play Super Metroid for 10 hours, 2 of it. You're just sitting there waiting on items. All right, I'm exaggerating. Anyway, tell me about this horrific world.
Okay, so if you go,
this is fucking.
I always make horrific worlds.
You gotta wait. That's our thing. Like every time, I want to make sure that I understand when it happens. You are obligated, as you would be in like a Zelda game, to stand there and be like, "This is awesome."
Yes.
And hold up whatever you got, even if it's inconvenient, even if it's hot.
Right.
Even if you're like, I pulled a pizza out of the oven, it burns.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just better make sure you got your oven mitts on before the fact.
I probably should scream a little less, but it burns.
Yeah,
man.
It burns, man. It does. So it's like, yeah. So when that happens, like whenever you get in and out of your car,
yeah,
you've got this going on.
Oh, that's terrible too. Because what if you're in like a car wreck or something and you need to bail out? Like the car's on fire, but no, shut the fuck up! I gotta go,
man. I gotta go.
Oh, the baby's in the trunk.
Oh my god.
Jeez, why didn't we keep him somewhere better than that?
So how would your life change in that sense?
I just opened a bottle of water, Eric. We wouldn't be able to do podcasts anymore, for sure.
Well, you would just hear the noises.
That's one less thing. Yeah, I mean, I guess at this point it would be a fairly normal thing, but, burps are fairly normal. We don't do those on recordings.
Yeah, we try not to.
So, I mean, as an everyday thing, it would be... does opening your laptop do it? I mean,
no.
Okay, it has to be something that gives passage to a container,
correct,
or another place,
correct.
I don't know, man. Because this feels like the start of something big. Like, how long do we have before Master Hand starts grabbing us and yanking us out of our seats at work and taking us back to the front of like, fucking
man? That's another good.
Like if you sit still for too long, maybe?
I don't know.
But let's assume that it's capped off at that. It would just be a super inconvenient world, because if you're frozen in time every time this happens, like kids at school are getting pantsed while they're opening their lunches. People opening their lockers even.
The rate of people being pantsed would rise.
I think that the rate of people, every time you open anything, there's about 5 seconds where anybody can do whatever they want to you.
Right.
Like, if we need to assassinate somebody, all we gotta do is wait for him to open his drawers.
Open something. Yeah.
And just anything happens, he's not going anywhere. He is obligated by the laws of nature to stand there like an asshole.
That's a good
while
point.
A fanfare plays.
That's something I didn't think about.
I mean, what if cops like trying to open your door? If you're like,
it gives you a chance to get away.
Yeah, I mean, if you opening the door for people would be hugely different.
It really would be.
Like it would be such a huge thing for people. Like, they opened the door for me. They took that cross and carried it for me. I mean,
it would mean so much more to girls on dates.
It would have to. I mean, well, it would be nice.
You would get to better
if somebody. If you were to open they still don't pay.
Yeah.
So they don't pay their half.
That doesn't change.
Hi, we're the sexist podcast.
Yeah, I know, right?
It ain't sexist if it's true. I don't see any way that I could change how my life works.
See, that's the thing. Like, let's say, for the sake of argument, it is a good 8 seconds.
Yeah.
every time you open something that you've got to wait. And then it's another good 2 or 3 seconds of holding the item up. You can get through that a little faster because, you can get through the prompts fast when they actually come on the screen. It's the waiting that you're doing. But you get through that a little faster. And if you don't pull anything out of something, you don't hold anything up. So it's like, and it's only when you pull the first thing out. So again, I go back to my example of the pickles. Yeah. If you open the jar of pickles, you got the dun, you got the noise. And then when you pull the first one out, that's the dun, but it doesn't happen every single time you pull out a new pickle.
So once you open it and taken an item. Okay. Right. So if you
put the lid back on, like you took a drink of your water, and then you put the lid back on it, that was a mistake.
Right.
Because now it's going to go...
Classic newbie mistake. Ridiculous. What a foolish thing to do. Well, okay, so if you're going to get 2 pickles in one day, get both of those pickles right then.
Go ahead and grab them.
For the sake of convenience, I don't know, man. I feel like I'd probably snack a little bit less.
Yeah.
Because if every time that I go and I open up, like, I don't know, like a Danish that's wrapped in plastic, and I open it up, and then I gotta sit there while music plays, like, you're an asshole, yeah, you're an asshole. And then I gotta hold it up to God to be like, look what I got.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
It would be awesome in the way that getting kicked in the balls a lot is awesome, yeah.
I can't help but laugh because like I can just imagine us sitting around together and be like, oh hey man, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. Okay, get through one door. You hear in the distance the next door.
You may be heading the direction I am too, but the thing that I'm thinking of right now is like we're really testing the limits of this. You get into the bathroom and no noise for a second, and then you hear a zip. Like, oh my god, not the pants too. No. Like what a container is goodbye water.
Yeah, exactly.
What a container is would probably have to be, kind of thought about a little bit harder before you do anything.
I don't think it would work on clothes.
No.
Let's say it doesn't work on clothes because they're not really containing anything.
Oh, it's containing something. I tell you that there is definitely containment happening.
And I don't it's covering for me. It's containing nothing.
at any rate, like a Ziploc bag.
Yeah.
Container?
Yeah, container. Right.
Container. Tupperware.
Yeah.
Is there any way around it? Is there any technological feat that can take us past this? Can you get a little robot to open the door? If you take a little robot and make it open a door, does it have to do the waiting?
Yes.
Okay.
There's no way around it, man. You've got to.
No, because now I've got automated doors, like for sure.
Okay, yeah,
we'll get automated doors, like because you can still go into the supermarket, like the door opened itself. Right. It has to sit there and think about what
it's got to deal with it. You can go on with your life. Yeah.
So that's good. That I bet that becomes like part of the. I bet that becomes part of a shopping experience in a big way. It's like, our freezer doors are automatic.
So you don't have to open them.
Every time you open the microwave, even when there's nothing in it, does it still...
Yeah, because you're opening something.
What a waste.
What a waste.
What a complete waste. What would you do anything differently? Is there any other way to live your life?
The thing is, I think probably for at least the first month, I would enjoy it. Like, it would be fun for me.
What would be fun about that?
It would be fun.
No.
Like, until it's really inconvenient. It would be.
It would be inconvenient inside of an hour. Because, no. Okay, but you're thinking, you got to think about tonight. If you decide, you know what, I'll eat spaghetti. I like spaghetti.
Right.
All right, so you get home. Let's leave out the part where you leave my house. So you just get home.
I just appear at home, yeah.
Fanfare when you open your car door. Fanfare when you open the front door. Fanfare when you open the fridge. Fanfare when you open the spaghetti sauce. Fanfare when you open the noodles.
Yep.
Conceivably, fanfare when you start the water because it is containing, the pipes contain water. That's already...
But I'm already waiting there, so that's not that big of a deal.
That's not that big of a deal, but you got to think, like, you're already like 2 or 3 minutes of just standing, waiting.
Right.
Okay, now I can put them in. Now I can put the noodles into the boiler. Okay, or the pot. How does spaghetti work? It's a pot.
You got it. It's a pot. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
get into spaghetti another time.
Yeah, another day.
All right, so and then if you got leftovers, you got to. Here's number 8. You got to put them in a container. Well, I guess
it probably won't have its lid.
If it doesn't have its lid, I imagine if this is the first day this has happened, it might have its lid. If this is the second day, not to put the lid back on. Yeah, the
lid's not there.
Then you got to open the fridge again for that. That's 10. That's 10 times that you've just had to stand there like a fool, holding it up. And what if you put a lid on that scalding pot of water? Because you don't want to steam the whole house up. You have to hold the pot over your head? You don't have to hold the container, just whatever you take out, right?
Right.
So you wouldn't have to hold the container or boiling water or anything like that.
Right. It's only when you take something out.
Except when you take those noodles out of there.
Then you gotta pull as much as you can out of there and hold them up.
Well, I mean, your hands are shot inside of one time, probably. I don't think you can reach into that boiling water and... Okay, say that you take it and I think you would take it and you'd pour it into a colander so that it would, the hot water would be gone.
Yeah.
You don't have to pull it out. Like, you take the lid off, but you're not going to take anything out.
Right.
You're just going to pour it into something else.
Right.
What happens, Eric?
Well, you always have the choice of not taking anything.
Okay, so you don't have to. You're not obligated to take things when you don't want to, just so long as you sit through.
Just so long as you sit through the opening. Whether you now you are correct about the oven though. When you open that, you're intending to get that out of there.
So you got to let your oven cool off. You got to let it just get cold, basically, because
or just put on oven mitts.
Well, I mean, yeah, okay.
Yeah, you can put on oven mitts because you're just gonna hold it up. Yeah, hold it up for about 3 seconds, and you're good.
You're going to have a friend help you put on the second oven mitt. Those things aren't built for dexterity.
Have a friend to help me. Hey, dude, come in here. I'm trying to get these cookies out.
No,
Can you help me out?
just put them on my hands, bro. Okay, so now I'm going to be old man reality who's like, this is what it would mean to business.
Okay.
Every time you open something, there's the fanfare for opening it.
Right.
Even if you don't take anything. Man, fast food would not work anymore. That would have to be over.
Because it wouldn't be fast food.
But you know what would be new and fun is just going and sitting next to the door of a fast food restaurant and listening to just a cascade of those fucking sounds.
Exactly. Like, that's what I was thinking is to get out in public, like go to Walmart and not open anything, but just watch people get frustrated with the fact that they meant to grab the Cool Whip too, but they've already closed it.
I know that this is such a mundane thing to think, but with all the time that the doors to the freezers are just sitting open, like, that's a lot. That's an expensive power bill, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a stupid thing to get fixed on, but wow.
Yeah, man.
It would all add up.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you're right. Of course, it would get annoying.
What if you're a doctor and you're performing surgery on somebody, and you have to, you cut people open for surgeries, Eric. That's how they work. Just the sound played in.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, man, because you're opening something.
And then you're just, doctor, we got to
pull this kidney out of here.
We have to take this man's heart out and put in a new one immediately. Okay, let me just hold the old one for a minute. God, that's...
Yeah.
This is a hard
Well, see,
life.
you would have to have another doctor on standby.
Right.
To, put the other heart in. So you could hold the old one up for a few seconds.
This is so inconvenient. And, but I bet people would start feeling a little... they probably stop programming that into video games.
Yeah.
So at least our games will be faster.
It would teach them a lesson.
Right side.
I personally feel like I said, I think it would be a blast, especially to watch people. Like, after a while, man, it's not going to be fun anymore.
I don't know if I'm like the negative Nancy. I don't know if I'm just the sad person who's not seeing the fun in things. But every time you're like, I think that'd be fun, it's like, not after 6 months. Not a chance. No way, man. That would be over so fast.
I don't know. So I mean, I guess you would just have to shut down if that's not something you wanted.
Yeah, pretty much. You just have to lay down and die.
To deal with it.
I mean, yeah, you definitely just have to go ahead and accept the fact that that's how life is and roll with it. But it's
so let's say 6 months goes by. You've been dealing with this, and you're fed up with it. You're frustrated with it. Is there a certain point where you quit, or do you just get numb to it and just get used to the fact that this is life now?
You can't quit opening things. There's no way to stop.
You just leave everything out in the open and open already.
I mean, that's not going to work for a lot of things. I think there would probably be a lot less microwave food happening, maybe. That is just package after package.
That is a bunch of packaging.
Take one TV dinner, you got to open the cardboard box, you got to open the plastic, you got to open the microwave, and then you got to open the microwave again. And that's if you don't have to do it, if you don't have to open the microwave and get into it to stir it once and then put it back.
So that's 4
like
to
5
or
times. 7 times for one thing. For one meal that's supposed to be fast and convenient, and it's like a 10-minute job.
But I mean, once you're done, just leave the door open. And you don't got to do that again.
You're just going to leave the stinky microwave door open?
No, not the
kind of
microwave.
Shit that you eat, and you're just going to have it smelling the place up.
Not the microwave door, the door back to the living room door.
Well, I mean, I would leave that open, yeah, but that's not the door that concerns me. That's not the door.
Look, man, I'm just trying to help you in your new life, okay?
You're not trying to help me. You're just reveling in the pain.
I don't know. I don't know. I think it'd be a good time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, you're a horrible person.
All right, here we go.
Here we go now. Gonna take it down. It's the end of the show. What's going on, folks? Yes, the end of the mother show. End of the show. Yes, what days I know. I wanna take a ride in your Camaro. Yeah. End of the show. End of the show.
Got it. We're printing.
Print money.
Printing some damn money.
Print it.
That's gold.